My name is Brett Hamilton. I'm from Truckee, California. Just finished my 5th quarter of the PsyD program. I was fortunate. I was friends with a woman who was working on her PhD at Meridian about 8 years ago. And I knew that I wanted to work in the helping and healing fields in some way, but hadn't quite figured out which avenue. I tried teaching yoga, I tried teaching breath work, and it was all close, but not quite doing it for me. And every time I would go have coffee with my friend, we would just have the most incredible conversations, and she would recommend books that she had received through working with Meridian. And I remember she gave me A Chorus of Stones, which I think was a part of Meridian curriculum at some time. And it just blew my mind. And it completely recontextualized what I thought or imagined graduate school could be or could feel like. And she was just so lit up with excitement and creativity. And I knew that, if I did choose to go in the direction of psychology, that Meridian was the only choice for me.
So once you officially onboarded with Meridian, how were you feeling as a new student? And since then, being in your 5th quarter now, how have things progressed for you? And how do you feel about your experience at Meridian so far?
Amazing is the short answer. It exceeded my I had really high hopes and expectations of what it could be, and it is just continually surprising and such a gift. And not only from a learning standpoint, but just my personal development, things that I had really worked at over the past 10 years. I've just come to a new place of understanding and really prioritizing my well-being above all else in a way that I haven't in other periods of my life. The material is generally amazing. It's just kind of, for me, the perfect stew of really compelling material, tons of group work, which in talking with friends in other programs, like I have a friend who's a licensed psychologist. He went through a PsyD program, and I was sharing my experience about how much collaboration I have with my fellow classmates at Meridian. He was like, in my entire program, I think I had one interaction with another student. And I just can't even imagine that. Especially I've gone to a couple of the transformative learning labs, and just to sit in a room with people who really listen and really care. And it's such a gift. It's everything that I always felt education could be. And sort of the critiques I would have about, sort of standard American diet education, the standard American diet education model. And it's just, it's hard to even put into words, because it's so experiential, but the combination of, theory, inquiry, and practice, and constantly being in that evolution. And it's, you'll be in theory, I'll be in theory, I'll be confused, go into inquiry with my classmates, and also practice. And it just all kind of gels together in a way that really sticks, and that I can articulate to friends, family members, colleagues. It lands in my body in a way that's, really profound.
I'm so glad that's the case, and everything you just described is so important in a psychology program. So I'm really, really glad to hear it. And what, if you don't mind sharing, what are your professional goals after Meridian? And as you get closer to finishing, I know there's still a bit left, but how do you feel about your readiness to begin those goals when the time comes?
Broad brushstroke, constantly evolving. I went in with some pretty strong preconceived notions, and through the transformative process and personal development, I'm open to it shifting. My initial goal was to I ski patrol in the winter, and I really saw a need to work with men and first responders in mountain communities. A lot of trauma, and I felt like my skill set would be uniquely suited to serve that population. I definitely still want to work with men. I think couples is something that I would be particularly, I think my skill set would suit that population as well. And I would like to build my own private practice. That's the long-term goal.
Overall, anything else you want to share about things that have stood out about your experience while being a student at Meridian?
I'm so struck, moved, continually taken aback by the level of care from faculty, from other students. It is such an amazing holding environment for development that I can't imagine doing this work in any other context. And the classmates are such amazing, wonderful, open-hearted, kind, courageous humans who have lived so much life, and there's so much diversity. And I'm constantly blown away by the level of work, the level of writing, expression overall. It's just mind-blowing. And I think if I were to say something to a prospective student, it would be, if you're really ready to do the work, Meridian is the place for you. And if you're looking for a school where you want to get some letters next to your name and check the box and get a better job and have a teacher and you're the student, Meridian is not the place for you. But if you're really ready to drop in and do the work, you're in the right place.